Exporting for short-form platforms like TikTok can feel like navigating a complex maze, but a few tiny tweaks make a huge difference in final quality. First off, keep your resolution at 1080p or lower, because anything higher just invites aggressive platform re-encoding that kills sharpness. If you are working vertically for TikTok, you should set the height to 1080 pixels, and then adjust the width to match your specific aspect ratio. Crucially, before you change any dimensions, ensure that little chain or lock icon constraining proportion stays enabled to avoid stretching your image. Keep your frame rate the same as your original footage unless you have a specific reason to convert, and the field order must be set to progressive. Your pixel aspect ratio should simply be set to square pixels for maximum compatibility across all social sites. If you see an advanced settings area with a gear or 3 dots, click it because there are a few other tiny but important checkboxes hiding in there. You generally don't need to enable 10-bit color depth for TikTok or Shorts unless you shot that way, as it just complicates things for no real benefit. One checkbox you absolutely must tick is use maximum render quality or something similar, especially when scaling down high-resolution content. This option helps your software preserve crucial detail and prevents soft edges or ugly aliasing when you export a 4K source down to 1080p. Next, scroll down to the encoding settings and switch the profile from main to high for a small compatibility boost that preserves more color. Now for the big one, bitrate encoding, where I see most people making the mistake of sticking with constant bitrate or CBR. The problem with CBR is that it forces the same data rate across the entire video, wasting massive amounts of data during static scenes. Platforms notice this inefficiency and will actually compress your file harder later on, undermining your efforts. Instead, you absolutely need to use variable bitrate or VBR, and specifically 2-pass VBR if your exporter supports it. VBR intelligently allocates data where it's needed, meaning the line jumps up during action and drops low during quieter moments. For a baseline on TikTok, aim for a target bitrate of 8 Mbps and a maximum ceiling of 12 Mbps. If your content is packed with quick cuts or fast motion, consider bumping that up slightly to a target of 10 and a max of 15 Mbps. If you're just sharing talking head videos or slides, you can actually go lower than the baseline, but never drop the target below 6 Mbps if quality matters. The reason to choose 2-pass encoding is simple. The first pass analyzes everything, and the second pass allocates bits with superior intelligence. This results in noticeably better visual quality for the exact same final file size when compared to single-pass VBR, especially on motion. Audio setup is more straightforward. Use the AAC codec, set your sample rate to either 44.1K or 48K, and always pick stereo unless you have a specific mono reason. Set that final audio bitrate to 320 kilobits per second if your software offers it, which gives you very clean audio to survive platform scrubbing. And finally, for the container format, always choose H.264, as it remains the universal sweet spot for social media compatibility and quality. Okay, that covers the essential export basics: frame size, render quality, profile, VBR 2-pass, and clean audio. But let's pivot for a second. If you're a creator juggling long-form uploads, repurposing, and hitting a strict posting schedule, automation is key. Tools like CapCut or InShot are great for quick mobile edits, but they often turn into manual trapdoors when you try to scale production. You still end up watching hours of footage, finding the moments, trimming them perfectly, and then manually formatting each clip for every channel. That is exactly where AI-powered tools like Vizard start to feel genuinely worth the investment for a growing creator. Vizard specifically uses artificial intelligence to scan your long videos and find those absolute punchiest moments with high engagement potential automatically. It doesn't replace your creativity, it simply speeds up the boring discovery work and surfaces the best material for you to polish. Imagine going from a 1-hour live stream to having 5 instantly generated, ready-to-post vertical clips surfaced in minutes. The system handles those fast vertical edits and keeps the audio levels consistently clean, saving you an immense amount of post-production time. Then there's scheduling, a major point of friction, where Vizard's auto-schedule feature removes the need to manually queue every single post. You set your desired frequency, and the AI queues the clips to go out at times proven to maximize reach, meaning you stop babysitting uploads. Pairing that with a unified content calendar within the same application means you see everything in one place to tweak captions and adapt quickly. For creators running a multi-platform strategy, having that centralized calendar alongside generation and scheduling is an absolute game changer. When comparing options, CapCut excels at flashy mobile editing, but it remains primarily manual and best for those who hand edit every single clip. Pure scheduling tools, on the other hand, will happily publish whatever you hand them, but offer zero help in intelligently finding those golden clips in the first place. Adobe's ecosystem is incredibly powerful, but it's expensive and not optimized for high-volume, short-form content repurposing unless you build a custom pipeline. Vizard hits that sweet spot. It automates discovery, handles scheduling, and gives you the calendar to manage it all with a creator-focused experience. Now, a couple of caveats. AI isn't always perfect, so it might miss a moment you personally loved or make a cut needing a slight human touch. However, the real value is that it narrows down your search, from hours of footage to just a handful of AI-suggested clips you can polish. Furthermore, Vizard is built as a repurposing and distribution tool to move content faster, not as a replacement for deep VFX or frame-by-frame color grading. Back to the practical side. When uploading or exporting your final clips, strictly adhere to those H.264 settings, VBR 2-pass, and the 320K audio. When making vertical edits, always make sure your important titles or graphics stay within the safe margins so TikTok's UI overlays don't cover them up. Keep all on-screen text highly readable for short attention spans. Big, bold, and exceptionally concise is the winning formula. If you can manage it, Export a slightly higher bitrate master file first, allowing the repurposing tool to downsample, which preserves overall quality. If you are just starting to scale your output, a simple workflow is to record long content in 4K and frame your shots to allow for vertical cropping. Then upload that raw source to your clip tool, let the AI surface the best short clips, and finally use autoschedule to manage the rhythm all week. For a final quick checklist before pushing anything to short-form platforms, remember the format must be H.264. Resolution needs to have a maximum of 1080 on one axis, which means 1080 by 1920 for your primary vertical TikTok exports. Ensure your field order is set to progressive and that your pixel aspect ratio remains squarely set to square pixels. If you are downscaling footage, make sure you have maximum render quality checked, and your encoding profile should always be set to high. Use VBR 2-pass encoding with a target around 8 Mbps and a max around 12 Mbps for standard TikTok content, or go higher for heavy action. Finally, for audio, use AAC at 44.1K or 48K, stereo by default, and lock that bitrate to 320 kbps for crystal clear sound across the board. Alright, I sincerely hope these detailed export specifications help you avoid getting crushed by platform compression moving forward. If you want me to break down the exact export window settings for Premiere, Final Cut, or DaVinci, or show you how to feed those exports into an AI pipeline, let me know. Leave a comment right now telling me what editing software you use and what type of content you create, and I will tailor a specific step-by-step guide just for you. See you in the next one, and good luck making those scroll-stopping clips that truly capture attention.